Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, over curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more, for the rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So still the beating of my heart I stood repeating, 'tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more. That I scarce was sure I heard you, here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token. The only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. Nevermore, said the raven, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing, bird or beast, upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitting, still is sitting, and his eyes have all of the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted, nevermore. I feel this poem displays the spectrum of our humanity accessed through grief. Parts of ourselves we acknowledge only through hard-hitting loss, as well as our memories and treatment of our loved ones. In this account, Poe experiences an inability to move forward, almost haunted by his late wife. He turns to extremes and ostracizes the world around him in order to cope. For example, calling the simple raven prophet and devil, handing over an intense narrative to a creature with such little control. This hints at our human desire to create blame and meaning towards pointless endeavors, in order to 1. Avoid responsibility, and 2. Materialize a fantasy in which things are done to us, which we end up either overcoming or falling victim to. The raven repeating the word nevermore through the encounter suggests Poe's inability to change, and instead begs for a world where Lenore is present. So my question is, what causes some to embrace the human experience and others to fight it? A similarly anthropomorphic piece is Raven Girl, an Aquatant book cover created by Audrey Niffenegger.
I'm still a writer, and this is my cat, Wincy.
But no longer an artist?
Yeah, I'm still an artist.
Oh, okay.
The 2013 print projects a red outline of a little girl in a coma-like state inside of a fully coloured and shaded raven with its eye open, resembling opposing life and consciousness. The story of the child was that she was so dissatisfied with her mixed breed life that she wanted to make a deal with a shady doctor to become a complete raven and have working wings in order to feel free. But in the end, she felt misled, and this metamorphosis didn't change her mental state at all. Instead, it caused her to realize the fortunes she took for granted from her human life. To me, the red coloring depicted vulnerability, i.e. the dangerous and irreversible situation she put herself in. However, the raven's eye being located at her temple suggests she's merged consciousness with the animal, so she isn't separate from it or being swallowed whole. Instead, she's one with the bird and testing out a new path. Ravens are a protected species and seen as emotionally intelligent due to their ability to mimic human speech. On the flip side, many cultures see the bird as a prophecy for death and bad luck, making themselves a symbol to graveyards and bad livestock on farms. The fairy tale was also visualized into a ballet by choreographer Wayne McGregor, the costume resembling a dark similarity to Sleeping Beauty's Maleficent, with feathers, lace, and bandage work in the ensemble. The relationship between these two artworks interests me as they both consider post-human and non-human biases and idolization. Edgar Allan Poe's memoir of getting lost in the aftermath of his wife's departure, criticising a raven due to his own psychological warfare, yet the raven girl wishing to be more like this temporary creature, purely due to the animal's lack of physical limitations and evolution, makes the pair a perfect spectacle for human nature. In the book, she quotes, "Dreams are important to me because they are so irrational. I'm attracted to things which seem to fit together but don't in fact make any sense." I suspect this philosophy has been felt across the history of our kind, trying to escape reality and find a life fitted with less self-awareness and imposed pain. A quote which reminded me of Poe's agony is from Max Porter's novella, Grief is the Thing with Feathers, where he says, "Ghosts do not haunt, they regress. Just as when you need to go to sleep, you think of trees or lawns, you are taking instant symbolic refuge in a ready-made iconography of early safety and satisfaction. That exact place is where ghosts go." Which I feel his character in the poem felt a similar avoidance to his reality, craving messages from any source of outside life pointing towards Lenore.
So a postman falls in love with a raven bird and they have a raven girl. So she's half bird, half human. She has no voice and no wings. As she grows up, she really realizes that she wants to be able to fly. That's her dream. She's never really wanted her arms and she's always wanted wings. But after getting her wings, she realizes that they don't fulfill her.
The way you make an aqua tint, I work on zinc, so you have a flat metal zinc plate. Do a lot of processing to it. You bevel the edges, you degrease it. Cover it with a wax ground. Meanwhile, you've taken a piece of tracing paper and made the outline of your drawing, just the line. Flip it over because everything's going to reverse, and so you have to begin by reversing. Transfer the drawing. Then go over again with a sharp point and cut through the wax.
됐지?
I'm not doing this because you commanded me to. I'm doing it because I feel sorry for you.
Good boy.